is Tony from her Homestead Skills. So I checked my flyers today. They usually come in every Thursday. Just getting ready for the weekend, I suppose. And one of the stores that I do shop at had what today is considered an awesome price for butter at $4.44 for a pound. I used to be able to buy that for $3. And then the best price I can get after that was $5. So $4.44 is a bit of a savings, and with Christmas baking coming around, I decided to go out and get a whole bunch of butter. I think I bought 7 pounds. And I still have some. It's not that I don't, but at that price I did want to stock up because I know I'll be going through a lot of it. And while I was there, I checked around to see what else they had on sale, and oh my goodness, they had the pasta that I buy, and I do buy dry pasta a lot, and they had a number of different, spaghettis and penne and fusillis, different forms of that pasta. So I bought another 6 bags because they were $1.25 a piece, and the store used to sell them on sale for $1.25 a bag, and that's the big bag. It's not a reduced size one, which I've seen some stores do. They'll sell that pasta cheaply, but it's like half the size anyway, so you're not really getting a bargain. But these bags are the regular, larger size bags. Yeah, these are the regular 900 gram bags of pasta for $1.25, which is the last time I bought, I don't know how many of them. I have a lot of pasta stashed, and I just put it into buckets and put a lid on it and put them away. But I replenished probably more than what we've used in the last little while, so I bought another 6 bags, and actually 6, maybe 7. And there are people who tell me, well, what is an inexpensive meal? I'm sorry, but Chef Boyardee does not beat that bag at $1.25, because that could make a whole bunch of meals, and all you have to add at minimum is a little bit of butter. I've many times that we just didn't feel like cooking, and neither Mark did nor I did, and I'd say, well, just cook up a little bit of pasta with butter. And if you want to add some protein to that, you can add beans. You can open up one of your cans of beans. There are certain beans that might be more appropriate to eat with pasta, but I think they all work. And or you can add a little bit of Parmesan, or you can add a meatball. Now I have, with us, probably the cheapest meal I put together is pasta and meatballs. And I just went out the other day and I picked up another 3 pounds of ground meat, and it was ground pork, which I can get cheaper than ground beef here. Paid $2 a pound for it. I picked up 3 pounds, and I mix it up. I add onions, eggs, salt, parsley, and breadcrumbs, and sometimes Parmesan cheese when I have it, which these days is most of the time. But that's the way my mother taught me to make meatballs. And out of those 3 pounds of minced meat, with all the mixed spices and what I put in them, I ended up with 50 meatballs. Now 50 meatballs can go quite a way to feed anyone. And for Mark and I, he likes to cook up at least about 8 of them. And what he doesn't eat for dinner, I eat 2. It's rare that I eat more than that. And he will eat maybe 4, and if there's any left over, he has them for breakfast. But yes, pasta and meatball is probably one of the cheapest meals I can put together. Another one would be fried rice. Actually, we did have fried rice yesterday, but because he was trying to do something fancy that didn't quite work out, and he had all this shrimp, he was trying to make spring rolls, and the wrappers we had, although they said that they were good for a longer time, I think I had them in the fridge for a long time. They were unopened, but when we did open them, they were a little bit dry, so the wrappers just wouldn't hold together. But he had his vegetables all cut up, and he had the shrimp all cut up, and the idea was either go out today and get some more wrappers, and I said, why don't you just make some fried rice with that? And that's what he did. Now, you can do fried rice with strictly vegetables. You can do peas and carrots and corn and fried rice, and you've got a nice meal there. Or you can add, we added shrimp, and you can certainly add other things to it. So that's another cheap meal. Now I'm sure that there are plenty others, and there was somebody who suggested, why don't I encourage people to perhaps offer a recipe in the comments, and I welcome you to do that. If you have a recipe for an inexpensive meal or anything, if you want to do a Christmas goodie recipe that you want to offer to everyone else, I highly recommend that. So yeah, feel free to put that in your comments, and sounds awesome to me. So anyway, we did that today. So came back from shopping, and what else is going on? Oh yes, tomorrow is, in Canada, it's Remembrance Day, and I suspect that in the US, that's what you would call Memorial Day, I believe. And I don't believe you hold it on the same day we do. We hold Remembrance Day on the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month. And that is for those that died in World War II, I guess, perhaps even World War I, but definitely World War II. And it's in memory of them, and they hold a service every Remembrance Day, and Mark and I will be attending that for sure. So I don't know if I'll be filming any of it, but maybe take a picture here and there, but probably not filming the service. So that's my plans for tomorrow, and likely, I don't know if I'll have time to put out a video, but that's what I'll be doing anyway. I think somebody else also asked me if we have the same inflation problems in Canada that you do in the US, and I'm going to tell you that it's probably worse here. Our incomes might be a little bit higher in some cases, not at all. Housing prices in Ontario are astronomical. I hate to think what the average house price is now, but it's well over $500,000, well over it, probably closer to $1 million, just for a little 3-bedroom home. So that's Ontario, and it doesn't get any better if you go out of town. Maybe slightly, depends on what you're looking for. But even cottages are in the millions of dollars these days. So Ontario is just priced ridiculous. And will house prices drop? They're dropping. How much will they drop? I don't know. Interest rates are going up here as well. Food prices are going up here as well. Gasoline is higher here than it is in the US. Years and years back, they changed from the gallon to liter, and in that changeover, they managed to increase the price substantially, thinking that people wouldn't notice because of the change of the size of what you were paying for. So, and that was years and years ago, but it's, as I said, I believe that our gasoline prices are probably more in line with what California's paying, and they're always higher than the rest of the U.S. When Mark and I were down in the U.S., he was just absolutely thrilled that he was paying less than what he would here. So, and yes, we have the infamous taxes on top of taxes on top of taxes. Our taxes are very high. People say that we have a free healthcare system. It's not free. You would not believe what we pay for what they call the sin taxes, and that covers all, or subsidizes all kinds of things. I think the last time I bought a pack of cigarettes, which was probably about 6 years ago, it was over $10 for one pack of cigarettes. I hate to think what they are now. I don't drink alcohol at all, but I believe it's probably about twice as much as what it is in the US for a bottle of alcohol. I think food prices are pretty similar. I don't think that they're any higher or any lower. We're going to get fluctuations here and there for food. So is inflation the same here? The same or higher? And they do keep interest rates fairly in line with what goes on in the US. When you raise them, we raise them too. So yeah, inflation's ugly here as well. There's no relief. We're going to have a nasty couple of years as well. I don't think the election in the US has done a lot to help you there, but we also have another 2 years at least where we're in the same boat. Perhaps it has helped you a bit that it can stymie some of the things that they plan to do over the next couple of years. We'll see. Anyway, that's where we stand. We're no better off. You own nothing and you'll be happy? Maybe I don't own anything, but I'd really like a nice piece of land. And it's just more difficult to get now. I will try and get back into baking and making stuff in the kitchen, but I just need a bit of a mental break from all of that, so I hope you'll bear with me until I get back into the swing of it. And yes, I definitely have to catch up on things. While I was out at the store, I was looking for cabbage heads, and that particular store didn't seem to have a whole bunch of them. I was rather surprised, so I was going to pick up some then, but that can wait. It can happen anytime. I know I'll just go someplace else, but I just didn't feel like going from shop to shop to shop today. I went out specifically to get items that I knew were on sale, specifically butter. And I did well getting the pasta as well. Anyway, as I said, I'll get back to doing ferments, and maybe I'll try something more than sauerkraut once I get that one done. And I have to think about what I want to bake to put away. There are certain things that I have in mind, so I'll have to think through some of those. Okay, I want to remind you again, if you want to post recipes in the comments section, awesome, please do. And if there's something that stands out to me, I might just make a list of all these recipes and snapshot them or something and post them all. Who knows? Maybe I could make a video of all your recipes. I don't think I could make them all, but maybe I can do something to promote some of them. All right, this is Tony from Her Homestead Skills. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and hope to see you soon. Bye for now.